Welcome, sports fans, to Manchester Field at Mamaroneck High School and LMC Media's presentation of Mamaroneck Varsity Baseball. With Peter Vera, I'm Stephen Astis, coming to you live from Mamaroneck High School. We are very excited to be bringing you the first game covered for the Mamaroneck Tigers varsity baseball roster. Unfortunately, we're going to be missing quite a few of the star seniors, as there is an advanced placement macroeconomics exam, and so there are actually players from both rosters that are missing this game. Mamaroneck coming into the game at an undefeated 10-0, and if you include their prior spring season, as the first pitch comes in high for ball one, they have an overall record of 24-2-1, with their only two losses coming to R.C. Ketchum. Gerwich with the pitch. And Jack Pluta pops out to Joey Casper, the senior third baseman, headed to Division I Iona Gales just down the road. A gorgeous play at the fence by Casper for the first out.
Yeah, it was a beautiful play there, Steve. Start off our first game here in Mamaroneck.
Casper's been dealing with some tightness in his back, so we haven't had the pleasure of seeing him pitch yet. Oh, and it looks like they are going to bring it back and call the ball out of play. Unfortunate, but it is now a 1-1 count. I had a feeling that area where he was playing the ball was considered out of play. There is not actually a white line down on the grass to indicate as much, and that was in the bullpen. Ooh, and Gerwich drills him in the back and sends him to first base. So one runner on, the leadoff runner, which in the Major League statistics, when the leadoff runner gets on base, he scores 80% of the time. I have to imagine, Peter, that statistic skyrockets when you get to the amateur and high school levels.
Of course, yeah. You see that a lot recently.
So now that brings up the center fielder, Monaco. Lefty steps to the plate. Gerwich gets the sign from the senior co-captain, Zach Cringdon. And the pitch. Monaco way out in front of that changeup, 0-1. Here with no outs and a man on first. As I mentioned, the senior captain, Cringdon, will be headed to Cortland. There is a bevy of college commits on this Mamaroneck roster. Only a few of them here in attendance today, though, as that pitch sails high for ball one, 1-1. And he's going, and Monaco fouls it off. I guess the hit and run was on, so Monaco offered at it, as Pluta seemed to have a tremendous jump on that steal attempt, but no matter, he's back at first base.
Trying to get their first run pretty quick to get this game rolling against a very tough Mamaroneck 10-0 baseball team.
Definitely, Peter, and we're going to get a great opportunity to see some of the up-and-coming talent. That's one of the things that Mamaroneck is well known for is another pickoff attempt of Pluta, as he has gotten Gerwich's attention with that attempted stolen base. As I was saying, Peter, they roll out talent year after year after year, and as a matter of fact, there are several situations where you have a lot of talented players sitting on the bench and waiting their turn, chomping at the bit, so to speak. Easy for me to say. Gerwich now gets the sign and delivers. Pitch high and outside. I don't think that was a pitch out, but it sure looked like one, so it's now a 2-2 count. And there he is going. The pitch is high and outside, and he's got him. Yes, great job there from Reyes getting the throw from Cringdon, and Pluta is caught stealing. So they're able to erase that little mini issue that happened with the foul ball that didn't count, and then the plunking. And now Monaco fighting that pitch off on a 3-2 outside fastball. It was a little too close for his comfort, so he just punched that foul and will live for another pitch.
This past Monday, Steve, Mike Schiaparelli just won his 600th career baseball win.
That's right, and to go with the hundreds of wins he has in ice hockey makes him one of the all-time leaders in career victories here in Section 1. He was, as you know, Peter, inducted into the New York State Hall of Fame just a few years ago.
Correct.
And his name will now live forever in history. The 3-time state champion Hall of Fame coach, as that ball sails high for ball 4, and Monaco will take first base. Now striding to the plate is Jacob Murakami, the cleanup hitter, also a lefty. Sorry, batting third, right. Yes, there's only one out. My apologies. Sam Falk is the cleanup hitter. Ball 1 outside. I was a little distracted getting a look at the size of Monaco on first base, standing next to the big righty Zach Marone, who's having a fantastic season himself, as Schiaparelli doesn't like what he's seeing out of Gerwich and comes out to the mound for a meeting. So as I was saying, Peter, you can take a look at number 26 Monaco, who is not actually on our official roster sent to us by the school, which leads me to believe he might be a JV call-up, especially considering the missing bodies due to the AP exam today.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, Steve, because earlier today, I was here and I noticed the JV, when the JV baseball guys over here from Mamaroneck were practicing, many of the guys were probably around the same height as Monaco, so I can see that as well.
Fly ball sent high in the air. Perez settles under it and makes the catch for out number 2. Nate Perez, a junior outfielder, has been a fantastic player all through his youth baseball career and has really caught the eye of the Mamaroneck coaching staff as he's made his way through the ranks of modified and JV baseball, modified freshman and JV. And the pitch to the cleanup hitter, thank you, Peter, Sam Falk, drops in for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Soft line drive off of Gerwich's glove, and the bare-hander from Jaeger. He decides to eat it rather than throw it away, as he saw when he turned that Falk was speeding down the line and was going to beat the throw. It's a tough single, as Gerwich wasn't able to come up with the catch there, as he was off balance when the ball came back to him. And that slowed it down just enough to where Jaeger unable to get to it in time. So now the number 5 hitter is junior Caleb Reynolds. He asked for time for a moment, as Gerwich taking a little too long on the mound for his liking. First and second, 2 outs here in the top of the first. No score. Pitch from Gerwich is high as he goes to the ground on that one. Seemed to have lost his footing there just a little bit, Peter.
It's been a tough inning so far here for our pitcher here from Mamaroneck.
Yeah, Gerwich has struggled at times, but has really, fantastic strike on the outside corner there to get back to even. He has struggled at times throughout his career, but has really stuck with it and has really impressed me with his ability to continue to develop as that pitch drops in beautifully, missing the bat and the big swing from Reynolds. 1-2 with 2 outs. So he's continued to pitch throughout his youth career and stuck with it and really made a valuable use of his arm and become a useful cog in this powerhouse Mamaroneck roster. This, Reynolds able to fight that one off and stay alive at 1-2. The pitch and a swing and a miss. And he goes down swinging. So the middle of the first, no score here at Mamaroneck High School. We'll be back in just a moment here on LMC Media.
Larchmont Mamaroneck, this is your media center. Live mobile production van. In-studio recording. Podcasting. Social media. In your schools. Watching your government. With your neighbors. LMC Media. Building community through media.
Thank you for watching LMC Varsity Sports. We hope to continue this service of streaming our school's varsity sports matches, but we can only do this with your support. Visit lmcmedia.org/donate and make your contribution today and keep this program going.
LMC Media's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by M&T Bank. We understand what's important.
So here we are in the bottom of the first, and Nate Perez takes strike one on the outside part of the plate. For those of you not with us in the top of the first, Chaparelli has benched his entire senior class and is going with, no, I'm just kidding, there's an AP exam, and so the junior Perez gets the shot at the leadoff spot in the order as he fouls one straight back, 0-2. Perez, as I had mentioned when he made that catch in the outfield, has had a stellar career here at Mamaroneck in the youth baseball program, and now moving on to the high school program. He has been one of the best hitters in all the grades throughout his entire playing career. That one bounces about 55 feet. So it's now 1-2. The pitcher today for Horace Greeley is senior right-hander Matthew Butler, as the catcher heads out to chat him up. I believe that is Jacob Murakama. Wanted to make sure they had their signs correct, as that ball bounced about 5 feet short of the plate. Murakama might have been expecting a fastball. Here is the pitch. Fouled off once again. Perez is right on these pitches. You can tell by the fact that the ball is going straight back, so he's not late or early. He's just a little under it. He's able to square it up. We should see quite a hit. Butler steps off the rubber and collects himself. The pitch. Oh, and he swings, but the ball's in the dirt. So he runs down to first, but the throw from Murakami gets him for the swinging strike 3 on the drop third strike. 1 away. Now stepping to the plate, the junior second baseman, Jack Jaeger. I'm sure Horace Greeley coming in with a record, I believe, of 1-9. Certainly, as the first pitch is taken by Jaeger for ball 1, I'm sure, Peter, they have their own trepidation about facing such a powerhouse in Mamaroneck, even with a depleted squad.
Yeah, I feel like this is the reason why they were trying to run earlier in the game.
And the pitch, ground ball, fielded by the third baseman. Solid play, solid throw. And the second out of the bottom of the first. Now stepping to the plate is the co-captain catcher, Zach Cringdon. Cringdon with a spectacular walk-off 2-run home run in the bottom of the 9th inning, or maybe it was the bottom of the 8th inning against, no, actually it was the bottom of the 9th inning against Rye to break a 4-4 tie. I would say it's the most exciting hit of the season, but they've had several of them, including their most recent outing against Pelham, as the first pitch drops in for strike 1. Against Pelham, they were knotted up in a 2-hit shutout on both sides, as they were facing a fireballer from Pelham. Obviously, Mamaroneck is going to see the ace for pretty much any team they face. And Cringdon lines a shot into right field through the right fielder. Will go all the way to the fence as Cringdon rounds the bases, heads for third. He's coming in with the stand-up triple, and he's now held up wisely by Schiaparelli at the very last second. Wanted to give him every opportunity to see if he could round it and come home on that misplayed ball in right field. So it will be a stand-up 3-base error for Cringdon. And they have a runner on third with 2 outs, and Mac Morgan stepping to the plate. The senior right fielder has himself had a spectacular baseball playing career here in Mamaroneck. Morgan looks at strike 1 on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. Cringdon with a safe lead off of third, creeps down, and a nice line shot gets through the shortstop, Jack Pluta. And Morgan will have his RBI on the day. And a 2-out run scoring single. Not sure if that will be scored an error or not. It's a sharp shot, Peter.
Yeah, it was a very hard line drive towards short, so it could go either way.
And he definitely got on him quick, and that was a hard situation to try and react to the short hop there. As Zach Marone now with a fly ball deep into left field, but not deep enough, as that might be Monaco out there. We had him listed as a center fielder, but they might have moved him into left field. And he makes the third out of the inning. So Mamaroneck puts 1 on the board. Mac Morgan gets credit for the RBI. And we'll be back in just a moment here on LMC Media.
My name is Sean. I am a regular volunteer here.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm a volunteer. Today is my very first day. I've only been here about an hour.
LMC just provides a lot of opportunities for volunteers.
This was the first opportunity I've ever had to be like in a professional news setting.
I've learned on camera, I've learned post-production, I've learned everything that I could possibly learn about the world of TV and production in general.
Everybody is extremely outgoing and very helpful. I think everyone seems to have a good time when they're making the show or behind the scenes, so it's a very friendly, like, positive environment.
Every time I would come in, it would just be a whole new experience. And just all the people were just so nice and inviting.
Everybody who works at LMC, they're just great to be around. It's a great laugh. It's, it kind of feels like a family.
LMC Media's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by M&T Bank. We understand what's important.
Welcome back to Manchester Field with Peter Vera. I'm Stephen Astis coming to you live from Mamaroneck High School. Mamaroneck now with a 1-0 lead going into the top of the second. The official scorer credited Cringdon with a triple, which I suppose is fair. He did hit the tar out of that ball, and it did not actually touch the right fielder's glove, which is a little weird sort of kink to the rule, but it is the rule. And so happy to give Zach Cringdon a triple on that. He definitely hit it hard enough to deserve it, as that first pitch hit goes in for a strike on the swing. It gets him thinking about swinging at that ball. So count now even at 1-1. The first baseman, Daniel Goodstadt, hits a line drive foul out of play down the right field line. And it's now 1-2. And a great change up there by Gerwich. Gets Goodstadt chasing. And he gets his first strikeout of the second inning, one away. You viewers may notice in the dugout, or if a hat comes off a player in the field, some absolutely, a nice shot there for Pavemba to chase down. He's unable to get to it. It gets to the track surface. And Alex Brown now in with the stand-up double. Good shot there by Brown. As I was starting to say, you may notice the absolutely hideous hairdos of the Mamaroneck baseball roster. They all decided in a long-standing tradition to bleach their salads, as they say, and some look really good, some look pretty bad, but it's all about the unity, and they were very happy to do it. Ball in the dirt there for ball one. If you get a chance to spot Zach Cringdon, he actually got frosted tips, which definitely looks better, Peter. I don't know about you, but I prefer that. Swing and a miss actually the ball did foul tip, which is why Cringdon didn't come up with that one. So the runner at second, Brown, will have to stay put.
Could probably remind you of the Puerto Rican baseball team in the World Baseball Classic.
Yes.
When they all.
That was tough to watch. That was a lot of blonde. Nice job by Marone, able to glove that one in the loose dirt behind first base for the second out. Brown advances to third. Yeah, I seem to remember that was around where Francisco Lindor started the crazy hairstyles that he now sports with regularity.
That's correct.
But that's all the Lindor talk we're going to get. We don't want people breaking their TVs. It's been a little frustrating to watch this season. But back to the high school action, and a pitch. Fly ball into center field. Pavemba settles under that one and comes up with the third out. So the double by Brown is snuffed out and becomes insignificant. And Mamaroneck will prepare for their turn at bat. We'll be back in just a moment here on LMC Media.
The LMC Media Production Van is a fully equipped mobile production unit. This custom-built van has cutting-edge professional video and telecommunications technology, high-definition cameras, and accommodates a full production crew. Interviews and events can be easily live-streamed from remote locations to the LMC cable channels and social media. This mobile unit allows for broadcasting from anywhere in our tri-municipal community and beyond. Sporting events, graduations, concerts, festivals, parades, and more. The LMC Media Production Van is ready to go whenever you need it.
Did you know you can watch LMC Media on your Roku in full high definition? Go to streaming channels and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK. Your device will remember your selection in the future. From within the app, you can watch all 3 of LMC's channels live. Or check out municipal and school board meetings, varsity sports, and more on demand. LMC Media's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by M&T Bank. We understand what's important.
Now stepping to the plate in the bottom of the second inning is the Iona commit, Joey Casper III. He takes high for ball 1. Casper will be going to Iona to play for Coach Panic. He will be going as a pitcher, as he is unquestionably the best pitcher in Mamaroneck since the Yale grad and current Oakland Athletic, Kumar Nambiar. But unfortunately, as I mentioned in the first inning, Casper hasn't had an opportunity to pitch here due to some lingering soreness in his back. But last summer, playing some of the best players in the entire Northeast, he didn't give up a single earned run. So playing in college showcases, as Casper now takes a strike for 2-2, facing all the best hitters that are going to all the best Division I programs. He didn't give up a single earned run, which really speaks to the excellence of his pitching prowess. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that his father, Joe Casper, unfortunately passed just recently. He's a very good friend of mine and a great friend to the entire community. Joe, you're going to be missed. Casper with the 3-2, drills a line drive over the left fielder's head, bounces off the fence, and he's cruising into second with another stand-up double. He has been a hitting machine, Peter, as I was starting to allude to. He is a college pitcher, but he has always had a heavy bat, and he shows it there.
Oh, we have another Jacob deGrom in the midst then.
Yes, definitely, and he is a Mets fan to boot. His dad is looking down and proud as he's watching on LMC Media up in the sky. And here comes Andrew Reyes, who swings and fouls that one off. 0-1. You can see the balance on the swing by Casper. When he stays balanced like that, it's almost a guarantee he's going to hit it hard somewhere. That ball blocked in the dirt well by Murakama. 1-1 count to Reyes. He squares to bunt, and he does offer at it, but he's unable to make contact, so Casper has to race back to second. Coach Schiaparelli feels that Reyes was able to pull the bat back, and it should have been called a ball. I don't know, Peter. It did look to me like he offered at it.
It did look like it, actually, because when I saw it, the bat was still up there.
And now we get our first taste of the Hall of Famer making his case. He loves to tweak the umpires. He knows them all so well after 35 plus years as the coach of the Mamaroneck Tigers. They all know him, and so they're prepared whenever he is striding towards the plate to talk to the umpire about what he feels is the proper call. It's one thing that Schiaparelli is best at, is being a thorn in the side of every other coach and ump in games, because he knows the game inside and out, knows every rule, every nuance, and uses it to his advantage as Reyes pops that one up. A major league pop-up is handled by Reynolds at second base for the first out of the inning. And now coming to the plate is number 44, junior David Langone. He will be in the DH position here for the Tigers today. Casper is on the run, and he gets third base easily. Could have been a stand-up steal if he really wanted it, Peter.
Yeah, there was no throwing there by the catcher, Murakami.
He just didn't seem aware of the situation as it was happening, or reacted late anyway. Langone chops that one foul, fielded cleanly by Schiaparelli. The throw back to the pitcher is on target. 1-1.
Shades of Cal Ripken Jr. over there.
Schiaparelli was a catcher for Mamaroneck High School himself. Langone fights that one off for strike two as he gets busted inside and fouls it straight back. Schiaparelli has been the beneficiary of a fantastic Little League system that is one of the largest in the entire nation. Langone hits a grounder to the shortstop, who picks it up and fires over to first and gets the second out, but not before Casper's stolen base pays dividends and he strides home with the second run of the game. 2-0 Mamaroneck. So as I was starting to say, Schiaparelli has been the beneficiary of some fantastic Little League programs and some very dedicated parents and coaches who have done a lot to help their children develop into the players that they become by the time they reach the varsity program. And then Schiaparelli implements his excellence and his strategy to be able to take them to the next level. And you, as a result, you have 3 state championships and I believe 23 of the last 24 league titles, and looks like there's nothing stopping them from a 24th here.
So far undefeated.
George Pavemba, a lefty thrower, righty hitter in the mold of Ricky Henderson, also plays center field in the mold of Ricky Henderson. He takes a third straight pitch, this one high, for a 3-0 count. Butler able to groove that one over the plate for 3-1. Fights that one off to the right side, fielded cleanly and thrown over to first to end the inning. So Reynolds to Goodstat, 4-3, finishes off the inning, and Pavemba, and we will head to the top of the third here on LMC Media. 2-0, Mamaroneck.
Everywhere you looked, you saw pain and loss.
The situation was dire, and I think we all needed to see some light in the darkness.
If you turned on the TV at night, all you saw were stories of loss and fear.
But on a local level, there was hope. And those were the stories that we wanted to focus on.
LMC stepped in and served as a communication bridge, not only to disseminate important information, but also to uplift our community.
LMC was able to showcase so many heroic acts taking place locally, stories that without hyperlocal media wouldn't have reached a viewing audience.
Welcome to LMC Media and our Community Conversations.
Our Community Conversations pieces were one way to let everyone know that despite all of the terrible tragedies taking place, there were amazing things happening in our community.
People look to those stories for hope and connection. I think that's what's so important. The fact that LMC has kept us all connected.
LMC taught us how to come together digitally. They helped us with every Zoom meeting from the start till now and kept us being able to connect with you.
I just want to thank LMC Media for being there for us throughout this emergency and for helping us look out for one another. You're a vital part of this community, and we could not function and govern and take care of our residents without your vital input.
Stephen Astis and Peter Vera back with you at Manchester Field, Mamaroneck High School. Mamaroneck leads Horace Greeley 2-0 in the top of the third inning, and they are back at the top of the lineup. The shortstop, Jack Pluta, takes ball one and now takes ball two. Seems Gerwich is loading up on the off-speed pitches. If I recall correctly, Peter, I think the only solid shots they've had off him all game have been fastballs.
And the hardest hit ball was from Brown.
Oh, gorgeous breaking ball there by Gerwich. Froze Pluta for strike two, 1-2. Fights that one off. Jager fields it cleanly, throws over to Marone for out number one. Good job from the junior second baseman. Now at the plate is the left fielder, Monaco. He takes a ball high, 1-0. Low and inside, ball two, as Gerwich seems to be stretching out his right leg there a little. Keep an eye on that. That pitch gets away from him. High and away, now ball three to Monaco.
He did have some issues earlier in the first inning as well. We saw that as well.
Yeah, and that might have been what brought Schiaparelli out of the dugout. He loses him there on 4 straight balls. We see Gerwich looking over to the dugout, but I think he's just mad at himself there as he let that one get away. Seems like he's still good. And like I said, Peter, he's been pitching well all year, even getting himself in a little bit of trouble, but fighting his way out of it each and every time. Obviously, they're undefeated, right?
That's right. 10-0.
Yes, tough pitch there from Gerwich. Doesn't get the plate, or enough of it anyway. Murakama, the catcher, batting lefty, steps out of the way at that fastball. Now 2-0. 6 straight. 6 straight balls from Gerwich. We'll see if he's able to break out of this little mini streak here. And he finds the plate with that one. 2-1. High ball 3-1 is the count. 1 away here.
We have somebody warming up in the bullpen here from Mamaroneck.
I believe that's Ben Kerwin, a junior, as he now puts Murakama on base. Ball 4, and now stepping to the plate is the outfielder Sam Falk. Cringdon out talking to Gerwich, trying to settle him down and get him refocused. Yeah, you can see him swinging that right leg. There's got to be something bothering him there, but not enough to take him out of the game. He'll just have to battle through it. Ben's a tough kid, though. He'll definitely battle you. There's no question about that, as he looks towards Monaco at second base to try and keep him honest as he takes a pretty big lead. Good curveball there, just misses the plate, 1-0. Swing and a miss from Falk. Thought he had a meaty pitch there, but it dropped out of the zone, so it's now 1-1. Another pretty breaking ball buckles him at the knees. Freezes him for the second strike, 1-2. Oh, beautiful pitch to get the third called strike. And he forces Falk to take a seat and now has 2 outs. Exactly what Gerwich needed to help him get closer to getting out of this little mini jam here in the third. Now batting, number 21, Caleb Reynolds. Low and away, ball 1. Yeah, Gerwich definitely feeling some stiffness in the lower half. A lot of gesticulating in between each pitch. Strike in the top part of the plate. Good job there from Gerwich, busting him up high. Soft liner, seeing eye single, makes its way through. Pavemba thinks about going home with it. Marone cuts it off, and we have an RBI single from Caleb Reynolds. Oh, that is really tough. Jager and Reyes both ranging over Peter to try and make the play, but they just couldn't get there.
Yeah, it was looked like they might have could have had it and like get the guy out of second, but.
Well, the one thing I'll suggest is if they had thrown their body in front of it, they might have been able to keep Monaco from scoring on that play and leave the bases loaded with 2 outs. But that might be a little wishful thinking as well, as it seemed just perfectly placed. I don't think you could have thrown it any better in between the 2 of them. Strike catches the upper part of the plate. That might have been a little high for the liking of the first baseman, Daniel Goodstadt. Tries to wait on that changeup and fouls it off. It's now 1-2 with 2 outs and still a runner on first and second.
Yeah, we had Monaco running very quick on that single.
He had the advantage, Peter, of the fact that there were 2 outs, so he didn't have to wait to see if the ball was going to be caught as it floated in the air. Fluttered in the air, I suppose you could say. It was off the end of the bat, a soft liner. It is a little surprising when you think about it that Murakama isn't on third base, considering, again, there were 2 outs. I think he might have been holding up, but he was on first base. He had nowhere to go but forward. Oh, gorgeous strike there. Gets him out to end the inning as Marone doesn't realize it, thinks he has a player in a rundown, but the inning is over. At least the top half of the inning, but not before the Quakers are able to scratch a run across. They should be proud of that. It's a rarity when you score on Mamaroneck, even the backup lineup, as we're seeing today. But no matter, it is now 2-1 as we head to the bottom half of the third inning. We'll be back in just a minute here on LMC Media.
Do you have a great idea for a YouTube video or a short film, but don't know how to make it happen? LMC Media has what you need. Our equipment cage is stocked with professional quality cameras, tripods, lighting, sound, cabling, and more. Our 768 square foot studio features a full lighting grid, wraparound green screen, teleprompter, TriCaster, and high-definition cameras. To reserve equipment, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org.
Peter Vera and Steve Anastas back with you for LMC Media's coverage of Mamaroneck Varsity Baseball. We're back at the top of the order in the bottom of the third inning. Nate Perez at the plate fouls that one straight back into the crowd. A lucky fan retrieves the ball, and Perez is down 0-1. Fooled on that off-speed pitch. Drops below his bat. Now 0-2. Strike three called on the outside corner, and Perez is headed back to the dugout after getting punched out looking. One away here in the third.
Still anybody's game here, Steve.
Without question, Peter, and we'll have to see if this backup roster for Mamaroneck can start putting some more runs on the board as Jager watches ball one high. We have our normal starter, Joey Casper, at third, and the normal starter, Zach Cringdon, at catcher. Ball outside, 2-0, and then Zach Marone is one of two players that usually man first base. It's either him or Isaac Elias. Mac Morgan is your everyday right fielder. As Jager ropes a line drive into left field for a base hit with one away. But we are missing Peter Ryan McIntyre, the Amherst commit at shortstop, who's a 4-year starter ever since the postseason during his freshman year, where they went all the way to the sectional championship. And then Alex Boswell, normally in manning second base. And then Cringdon watches that ball drop outside. And then with the best player on the roster, Chris DeVito, who will be playing baseball for the Richmond Spiders moving forward. Cringdon set, and the pitch outside, ball 2, or maybe is it ball 3? No, I think it's ball 2. Sorry about that. So yes, DeVito is a spectacular athlete. would have been a 3-year starter in football if not for some shoulder injuries. Cringdon goes down to get that one. It gets past the left fielder, Monaco. Jaeger held up at third as the relay throw comes in, and Cringdon with a stand-up double, second and third with one out, and Morgan coming to the plate.
His second hit of the day here today with that triple.
Cringdon has always been a hitting machine, one of the youngest power hitters in Mamaroneck, was hitting home runs since he was a kid. The distinction of the first home run on this roster, as Morgan watches strike one, goes to Chris DeVito, who is one baseball year older than Zach Cringdon, even though they are both in the same grade. Those of you that are baseball parents will know that baseball age and grade year are not the same, as that's a swing and a miss, but doesn't get too far away from Murakama, so Jaeger has to hold up at third. The cutoff for a long time had been April 30th, so there are several players, Joey Casper, Chris DeVito, who played, Zach Marone, who played a year up from a player like Zach Cringdon. So when they were little, Chris DeVito was playing on a field and hit a home run, and sure enough, actually it was a game-tying home run in the final at-bat of the game in the postseason of a fall travel season. So he has that distinction, but as Morgan now watches a ball come past, and Jaeger races home and slides head first into home plate for the third run of the game, and Cringdon follows over to third base. So as I was saying, Peter, DeVito may have had the first home run, but Boswell, McIntyre, and Cringdon have been blasting home runs on the same travel team for years and years. And Cringdon has hit several huge home runs here in his senior season. So Morgan now looking at 1 and 2 with a runner on third and one out, and that ball stays high. Count evens up at 2 and 2. Dugout getting animated as that ball drops in. Morgan knew it as he took the top hand off the bat. He saw that it was dropping and there was nothing he could do. Strikeout for Butler. Now stepping to the plate is Zach Marone. Marone, a power hitter in his own right. And he fights that one into the hole. Good job by the shortstop on the diving stop, but he's unable to come up with the play. He wouldn't have had a chance to get Marone at first. It would have taken a spectacular throw even if he had come up with it. But a good piece of hitting there on a first pitch single by Marone.
Tigers now lead 4-1.
Right, as Cringdon comes home on that single. Now Casper at the plate. He had a gorgeous double in his first at bat. Marone steals, and he has that one clean as the ball sails over the second baseman's head. Falk backs it up, and Marone now in scoring position for Casper. Looks the runner back at second. The windup and the pitch high and inside. No count, and Casper rips a line drive into left field. Marone rounds third. The throw coming home. It's a high throw from the left fielder, but it was right on target. So Schiaparelli stops Marone sends him back, diving into the bag at third, and Casper's now 2 for 2 with a double and a single. Andrew Reyes now comes up for the Tigers. The shortstop and second baseman want to converse with the pitcher about what they're going to do if Casper takes off for second base. Got to make sure you protect against that runner from third breaking to home, Peter.
Yeah, because Casper did have a stolen base in his first time at first base.
That was actually second to third.
Yeah, second to third, that's right, yeah.
He's a very speedy runner. Reyes takes ball 1 inside. There goes Casper. High fly ball with 2 outs. Casper continues to round the bases. The center fielder Falk corrals it for the third out of the inning, though. So 2 runs score there in the bottom of the third. Horace Greeley had cut into the 2-0 lead with a run of their own in the top of the third, but Mamaroneck gets 2 of their own to push it to a 4-1 lead. We'll be back in just a moment on LMC Media.
Do you have a great idea for a YouTube video or a short film, but don't know how to make it happen? LMC Media has what you need. Our equipment cage is stocked with professional quality cameras, tripods, lighting, sound, cabling, and more. Our 768 square foot studio features a full lighting grid, wraparound green screen, teleprompter, TriCaster, and high-definition cameras. To reserve equipment, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org.
Need technical support for your next meeting or presentation? LMC Media offers full-service meeting management virtually, in real life, or a hybrid of both. Our staff can run your meeting or webinar, set up for in-person audiences to interact, or provide a professional space for you to stream. Contact us for more information at info@lmcmedia.org.
Back with you for the top of the 4th inning here at Manchester Field at Mamaroneck High School. Horace Greeley Quakers visiting the Mamaroneck Tigers. Peter Vera and Stephen Astis bringing the action to you live as Alex Brown swings and misses at the low delivery from Gerwich. 0-1. The windup and the pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 0-2 is the count.
Alex Brown has the hardest hit ball so far for Horace Greeley. A big double in the center field, over there at the center field.
Pavemba tried to make the Willie Mays over the shoulder catch, but he wasn't able to zero in on it. As that ball sails high, ball 1-2. Sort of shows his lack of speed, Peter, that he wasn't standing on third base after that shot to center field.
It was the deepest part of this ballpark.
Swing and a miss at that ball in the dirt, and Cringdon doesn't have far to run to chase him down from behind and apply the tag. 1 away. Yes, that tree, Peter, out in center field has made an enemy of many an opposing player, as it does dip into fair territory, and a couple of home runs throughout time have been actually called a ground rule double because it hit the tree rather than sailing over the fence. Ground ball there, fielded by Gerwich on the 1-0 pitch, thrown over to Marone for the second out of the inning. getting Alex Goldstein. Now up is Matthew Carnes, a sophomore. Gerwich deals a strike, 0-1. Swing and a miss over the top of that one. Strike 2. Gerwich has really kept them off balance all day, Peter, with the off-speed pitches.
It looks like he might have a quick inning this inning.
I hoped you were prophetic there as he calls that ball just off the plate.
He thought he had strike 3 or something
Yes.
like that too.
I think even Zach Marone thought so. He started running towards the dugout. Oh, and there it is. He didn't get it on the prior pitch, but he sure got it on that one. Froze Carnes for strike 3 and the third out of the inning. So the top of the fourth, or the middle of the fourth now rather, it is 4-1 Mamaroneck. We'll be back in just a moment here on LMC Media.
Larchmont Mamaroneck, this is your media center. Live mobile production van. In studio.
Now at the plate for Mamaroneck is the junior David Langone. Langone gets a nice rip on that one, fouls it straight back off the thin part of the barrel of the bat. So he got jammed on that one, 0-1.
Been raking this game. He would want to rake in this one as well.
The pitch. Line shot.
And there it is.
By Langone into dead center field. And Peter, the prophet, is able to predict. I think it makes sense considering you are a seminarian student that you should be the one to make that prediction. Good shot there from the junior designated hitter. And now at the plate is the center fielder, George Pavemba. So Langone with his first hit. Pavemba now looking for his first. We have one hit from Jack Jager, 2 from Cringdon. 1 each for Marone and Morgan, and 2 from Casper.
We have a pinch runner.
They've brought in Isaac Elias as the pinch runner. Is that Elias?
Yep.
No.
Isaac Elias is on.
That is not Isaac Elias, I can tell you that. I'm not sure who that is. That might be, in fact, a sophomore call-up of his own, because Isaac Elias, I can tell you, is much sturdier and more muscular than that athlete out there at second base. But no matter, he is on second on that pass ball as Pavemba fouls that one. No, not a foul. I'm sorry, pops that one up over the first baseman, fielded by Caleb Reynolds for the first out of the inning. So now Miles Fleming, a junior standout, is at the plate. Good cut there, but he also hits a major league pop-up, and he's having some trouble, and it does drop. So Fleming will get a single on that one. And yes, you know what? I actually had a feeling that that was David Kaplan who was doing the running. So he's wearing number 22. He's listed as number 27. My apologies to the Kaplan family for not realizing that was him. But the speedster got into second base cleanly and had to hold at second base on that ball that was misplayed by the shortstop. But considering he didn't actually make contact with it, I don't think, that might be ruled a single for Fleming. So first and second with one away. And Jaeger now at the plate. Fouls that one off into the third base coach's box area. Coach is coming out to talk with his pitcher. Peter, this Mamaroneck team has seemed very methodical in their actions so far today, but they are definitely executing in all facets of the game so far.
They're doing amazing so far on both sides of the field, as you could say. Our pitcher today has been lights out. Ben Gertwich, he's been pitching a pretty good game, and even the hitters have been just raking.
Yeah,
doubles,
definitely.
triples, hard hit singles.
Gerwich, the only real trouble Gerwich has had today is trouble he's gotten himself into with a hit batter in the first and
two walks in the second or something.
Exactly, a couple walks in the second. So Jaeger now at the plate, 0-2. Watches that one bounce in front of the plate, and Kaplan rounds third and looks to see if Murakama gathered that ball in, which he did. So Fleming advances to second on the wild pitch. Kaplan takes a strong lead off third. And the pitch fouled off by Jaeger. Back into the bleachers. Or into the grandstand, whatever you want to call the esplanade up here. The broadcast booth.
The SAP section?
Yes, exactly. We're actually standing just outside the newly renovated Mamaroneck Athletic Fitness Center. Good rip there from Jaeger. Could be a 2 RBI, and yes, will be a 2 RBI single. Now he's caught in between first and second, but it was the first baseman who cut off the throw from the center fielder. And Caleb Reynolds was not close enough to the bag for good stat to be able to make a throw, so Jaeger able to dive back in safely to first with a 2 RBI single.
It's his second single of the game so far.
So the official scorekeeper ruled Fleming's pop fly an error. And Cringdon now at the plate. Takes strike one, 0-1. Pluta definitely should have had that play on the pop fly by Fleming, and I think he might have gotten his glove on the ball. I was looking away at the last second to see where the runners were. Cringdon got fooled by that breaking ball. 0-2 to the captain. You've got to figure he's looking to go deep here. Or was anyway before he got a 2-strike count. Now he's probably going to face some sort of junk. We'll see what he does with it. The delivery. And he gets a hold of that one deep down the right side, but handled cleanly by the right fielder, Alex Goldstein. So Cringdon with the second out of the inning. And now Mac Morgan steps to the plate. He lifted that one about 280 feet down the right field line. Morgan swings and misses at the hit and run call from Schiaparelli. Jager's in second base with a stolen base, and Morgan now faces an 0-1 count. Good rip there from Morgan, but he fouls it straight back as he sees that RBI sitting out there, what is commonly referred to in baseball vernacular as a eye steak. It is juicy, and he wants a bite. There, he fouls one up. It's coming straight for us. See if Peter can reach over the rail. No, just out of the reach as our wonderful Mayor Murphy tries to give chase to it. Oh, actually, I don't think that is Mayor Murphy. It's just his doppelganger. So an 0-2 count to Morgan with 2 outs and a runner on second base. The look to stay alive in this at bat and see if he can fight one into the outfield for a base hit. Butler. Sorry, I forgot to mention there was a pitching change. Conrad Weaver now in for Matthew Butler. He steps off the rubber, now delivers outside, and Jager's in with a stand-up stolen base. So now runner is only 90 feet away. Morgan able to lay off that one. It's now even count, 2-2 with 2 outs. Mamaroneck up 6-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Outside for ball 3, and Morgan has worked the count full. Weaver definitely doesn't want to put Morgan on here. With Casper on deck. Actually, no, that's Marone on deck. So Morgan works the walk, and Marone now at the plate with runners on first and third. Rips a ground ball fielded by the shortstop. The throw not in time on the fielder's choice. So Jager scores the 7th run and the 3rd run of the inning. Morgan able to scoot into second base before being forced out on the fielder's choice. And Marone is at first with Joey Casper now at the plate.
That was the right call by Blue.
Yeah, it was a tight call, but definitely the right one. Usually they give that to the defense. Casper watches that curveball bend in over the plate for strike 1. Casper hit a home run earlier in the spring. Has plenty of power in his bat to go deep here. Let's see if he gets a pitch he likes. Rips a line drive for a base hit. Morgan comes home with the run. Casper now goes to second. Oh, and the ball gets through, but Marone slides into third and doesn't see it. No matter, he would not have been able to score anyway. Casper with another RBI hit, this time a single to left field. He takes second on the throw home. It's now second and third with 2 outs. And Andrew Reyes stepping to the plate.
We have a pitching change for Horace Greeley. Ian Freeman coming in here for Horace Greeley.
So the coach is running into a little bit of an issue here as he's going to his third pitcher, and we are not even in the fifth inning. We'll let him warm up, and we'll be back here in just a moment on LMC Media.
The LMC Media production van is a fully equipped mobile production unit. This custom-built van has cutting-edge professional video and telecommunications technology, high-definition cameras, and accommodates a full production crew. Interviews and events can be easily live-streamed from remote locations to the LMC cable channels and social media. This mobile unit allows for broadcasting from anywhere in our tri-municipal community and beyond. Sporting events, graduations, concerts, festivals, parades, and more. The LMC Media production van is ready to go whenever you need it.
LMC Media's YouTube channel is where you can connect to your community. You can easily find your favorite videos in a playlist or keyword search. Videos are added daily relating to your community, weekly updates, talk shows.
Welcome to another community conversation. I'm Michael Witch for LMC Media.
How-tos, and municipal meetings. Stay connected through video. Check it out and subscribe.
LMC Media's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by M&T Bank. We understand what's important.
Back with you at Manchester Field and Mamaroneck High School, Peter Vera and Stephen Astis calling the action. Reyes golfs a high pop fly into left field. It is handled by Monaco for the third out of the inning, so we come back to you for just one pitch, and now we'll take another break in the action. It is the top of the fifth inning coming up. The score, Mamaroneck 8, Horace Greeley 1 on LMC Media.
My name is Sean. I'm a regular volunteer here.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm a volunteer. Today is my very first day. I've only been here about an hour.
LMC just provides a lot of opportunities for volunteers.
This was the first opportunity I've ever had to be like in a professional news setting.
I've learned on camera, I've learned post-production, I've learned everything that I could possibly learn about the world of TV and production in general.
Everybody is extremely outgoing and very helpful. I think everyone seems to have a good time when they're making the show or behind the scenes, so it's a very friendly, like, positive environment.
Every time I would come in, it would just be a whole new experience. Just all the people were just so nice and inviting.
Everybody who works at LMC, they're just great to be around. It's a great laugh. It's, it kind of feels like a family.
LMC Media's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by M&T Bank. We understand what's important.
We're back with you at Mamaroneck High School. We have one substitution in a defensive change. Jake Bransfield, the junior first baseman, is now in the game for Zach Marone. Bransfield has gotten plenty of action at first base for the Tigers so far this season, as Gerwich stays in and gets Pluta to offer at that off-speed pitch. I'd say he swung over that one, but I've said that so many times so far, Peter. I feel it's getting a little tired. Got to come up with a new phrase for swinging over a breaking ball they think is going to stay up, but doesn't. That one skips off the dirt at about 55 feet, so it wasn't much of a threat to swing there. 1-1. Oh, beautiful pitch on the inside corner. Handcuffs Pluta. He could do nothing with that one, had to let it go. 1-2. Ground ball fielded cleanly by Casper. Fires a fastball a little high, and the throwing error puts Pluta on base. So a base runner to start the 5th inning, as Horace Greeley trails Mamaroneck 8-1. I see Daniel Goodstadt, Peter, now warming up in the bullpen.
We got the Tigers having somebody over there as well, warming up in the bullpen just in case if Gerwich runs into any more trouble.
I think that is Nick Morondo in the bullpen for Mamaroneck, as Gerwich was able to get strike 1 past Monaco, but the second pitch was a little high. He finds the zone on that one now. 1-2. To double play opportunity for the Tigers. Oh, and Bransfield digs it out of the dirt. I guess he wasn't able to maintain possession in his glove as Monaco races through the bag and avoids the double play. Good turn by Reyes and Jaeger. The throw from Jaeger was rushed a little bit, and Bransfield tried to pick it out of the dirt but couldn't.
Monaco, the call up here is a little bit of a speedster over here.
He certainly is. That seems to be one of many reasons why he was brought up. I shouldn't sell this kid short. I don't know if he's a sophomore. He could just be an undersized junior. That definitely occurs. So I'll just leave his grade alone and assume he's just a fast baseball player. Murakama now at the plate, the lefty catcher. Sizing Gerwich up. See if he can do some damage and get Horace Greeley back in this game. Beautiful pitch from Gerwich. 1-1. Looks like almost the identical pitch, but that one called the ball. Now 2-1 to Murakama. You know what I'm noticing? It might be Murakami. Ground ball gets over the glove of Bransfield. Fielded well by Morgan on the run, holding Monaco to second base. Another seeing eye single for Horace Greeley. And now Sam Falk steps to the plate. Falk is 1 for 2 on the day. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, off the foot of Reyes. He's able to keep it, throws to third, looking possibly to throw behind Monaco and get him. But unable to do so. So the base is now loaded on the E6. And Caleb Reynolds, the second baseman, now at the plate. Ground ball into the hole. Reyes able to make the play. Throws over to Casper, goes through his glove. I'm not sure if they would have had him anyway. I'm not sure Casper was expecting that throw. Monaco able to scamper home with another run. And it's now 8-2. So the bases are still loaded and there's still one out. A few miscues by Mamaroneck accounting for that run. Low and away in the dirt. First pitch from Gerwich in this at bat. Another seeing eye single, this time from pinch hitter Ryan Wohlberg. That scores another base runner. It's now 8-4. As two come in there, and looks like Schiaparelli is coming out to get his pitcher.
That's right. A lot of these small little singles are giving Horace Greeley new life here in this inning.
Tough outcome for Gerwich there, as they, like you said, they really were not hitting him hard. He was just having a little trouble getting outs. Really nothing more than that. Almost not any of his fault. It's just that's sometimes how baseball goes, and at a certain point you want to switch up momentum, switch up the game, and so now they bring in the junior Ben Kerwin. So we'll step away for a moment as Ben Kerwin warms up, and we'll be back with you here on LMC Media.
Larchmont Mamaroneck, this is your media center. Live mobile production van. In-studio recording. Podcasting. Social media. In your schools. Watching your government. With your neighbors. LMC Media, building community through media.
Stephen Astis back with you at Mamaroneck High School. Ben Kerwin now on the mound for Mamaroneck. Up at the plate for Horace Greeley is the junior first baseman Alex Brown. The lefty sees ball one high. He has runners on first and second with one away. A double play would be ideal right now for Mamaroneck to get themselves out of this jam. Kerwin stays high with ball two.
Brown has the hardest hit ball today for Horace Greeley as well.
Right, the shot over Pavemba's head. Another big swing, this time fouled straight back.
He's looking to make it just a run game.
If he can poke one over the right field fence, it's definitely got some distance. The short porch is in left. Swing and a miss. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. Gets him swinging. Cringdon able to clutch that one for the out. Now two away with runners in first and second. And another pinch hitter, the senior Ryan Bingham, now steps to the plate. The righty batter comes up with two outs and two on, down by 4. Pitch from Kerwin is good for a strike, 0-1. Pitch, ground ball to Jaeger. He stumbles for a second, but corrals it and throws to Bransfield for the final out of the inning. So 3 runs scored in the top of the 5th by Horace Greeley. We'll step away in the middle of the inning and be back with the bottom of the 5th here on LMC Media.
Did you know you can watch LMC Media on your Apple TV in full high definition? Go to the App Store and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK. Your device will remember your selection in the future. From within the app, you can watch all 3 of LMC's channels live. Or check out municipal and school board meetings, varsity sports, and more on demand.
Need technical support for your next meeting or presentation? LMC Media offers full-service meeting management virtually, in real life, or a hybrid of both. Our staff can run your meeting or webinar, set up for in-person audiences to interact, or provide a professional space for you to stream. Contact us for more information at info@lmcmedia.org.
Thank you for watching LMC Varsity Sports. We hope to continue this service of streaming our school's varsity sports matches, but we can only do this with your support. Visit lmcmedia.org/donate and make your contribution today and keep this program going.
Now stepping to the plate for Mamaroneck is the junior David Langone. Langone hits a Baltimore chop, and the shortstop has no choice but to eat that one as Langone races through the bag for an infield single. Langone 2 for 3 on the day now with an RBI.
Chaparral doesn't go with the pinch runner this time with Langone.
We're back to the top of the order, but it is Henry Bova now at the plate. Henry Bova plays third base, a senior. He's had a solid career for Mamaroneck. Fouled that first one off and then tries to sneak a bunt in there, but he fouls that one off, so now he's facing 0-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Bova now steps over. Looks like he's got a little bit of an equipment malfunction, or he hurt his hand, or it could be that Coach Chaparral is going for a mid-at-bat pinch hitter, which he is known to do from time to time. And that appears to be what is happening here, as the junior outfielder Noah Goodman is now checking into the game for Bova, coming in with an 0-2 count. Not something you see every day in baseball, but here at Mamaroneck, we are used to seeing things like this. Schiaparelli always trying to one-up the opposition. Goodman takes ball 1 outside. The count is now 1-2. Ground ball. Oh, into the hole, fielded nicely, but no play as Caleb Reynolds pops to his knees and throws from his knees, but too late as Goodman races through the bag for an infield single. So it's now runners on first and second with no outs. And Nate Perez at the plate. Perez looks to bunt, but the ball is outside. The runners and batter get their sign from Schiaparelli. Perez now in the box. He looks to bunt again. Ball outside again, 2-0. Swing and a miss. Perez looked to be going for the fences on that one. Swung through it. It's now 2-1. There, tough offer at a strike there. It's now 2-2 as Perez thought bunt on that one. Not often you see 2 bunt attempts pulled up back and then a home run swing followed by another bunt attempt. Oh, strike 3 drops in the top of the zone. Perez indicating he thought that was up. It sure looked like it was up, but doesn't really matter what we think. We're not the judge of that. That is the home plate umpire's decision, and sure enough, he calls it strike 3. So Jaeger now steps to the plate. He looks at the first pitch outside, ball 1.
We don't know when the robot umps come around here in varsity sports either.
Yeah, that is one of the tough things, Peter, is that is not going to be for a long, long time until the technology is advanced to a point where whatever technological equipment is needed becomes affordable for every school system to be able to purchase one for baseball and softball, presumably, especially when you consider Title IX. There's no way they would get that just for the baseball program and not have one for the softball program the way I see it. So by the time it trickles down to high school, I think our grandchildren might be able to utilize a computerized umpire as Jaeger sees his first strike. It's now 2-1. But yes, the inconsistency of one umpire's strike zone to another can be maddening for players and fans alike. I remember one story of bringing my son, who was a standout here at Mamaroneck himself, and his teammate, who my son's now playing college football, his buddy Kobe Menser, who many of you may remember, one of the better hitters in Mamaroneck history, was here watching one of the absolute best hitters in Mamaroneck history, Peter Matt, who had a stellar career at the University of Pennsylvania and is now playing his 4th season of NCAA eligibility as a grad transfer at Duke University, as Jaeger swung through that 3-1 pitch and the runners both advanced, Langone and Goodman. So it's now second and third. Jaeger does a good job fighting that one off, as it's still 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out. Anyway, so Peter Matt was batting, and the ball came in, and it was a belt-high fastball that was just about an inch above his belly button, got called a ball, and our sons, who at the time were about 11, as Jaeger swings through that one for strike 3. Now 2 outs. And Zach Cringdon comes up with, again, still 2 runners in scoring position. And it looks like Horace Greeley is going to go talk to their umpire. So that does give me a little bit of time to finish the anecdote. And so our sons, as Dan Menser and I were standing there watching, they were both tugging on our shirts saying, why aren't we getting calls like that? Because in youth baseball, Peter, I'm sure you can appreciate the strike zone is much larger.
Yeah.
And so we assured them that one day they would see that kind of umpiring once they reached the varsity level, and sure enough they did. So after a meeting at the mound, Daniel Goodstadt faces Zach Cringdon with 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Cringdon watches strike 1 as, again, Peter, it looks like that strike zone is expanding, as that seemed a little high. And a shot into left center field. Doesn't look like it has enough to get over the fence. But yes, on one bounce, a ground rule double for Cringdon brings home both base runners, and it's now 10-4 Mamaroneck.
Another double there by Cringdon. A beautiful one as well.
Not sure what happened there, Peter, after Cringdon made the swing. I don't know, his backswing made contact with the catcher's helmet, and he is down on one knee, and the coaches are tending to him. So we'll take a break and step away here on LMC Media.
Do you have a great idea for a YouTube video or a short film, but don't know how to make it happen? LMC Media has what you need. Our equipment cage is stocked with professional quality cameras, tripods, lighting, sound, cabling, and more. Our 768 square foot studio features a full lighting grid, wraparound green screen, teleprompter, TriCaster, and high definition cameras. To reserve equipment, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org.
The LMC Media production van is a fully equipped mobile production unit. This custom-built van has cutting-edge professional video and telecommunications technology, high-definition cameras, and accommodates a full production crew. Interviews and events can be easily live-streamed from remote locations to the LMC cable channels and social media. This mobile unit allows for broadcasting from anywhere in our tri-municipal community and beyond. Sporting events, graduations, concerts, festivals, parades, and more. The LMC Media production van is ready to go whenever you need it.
So we're back with Mac Morgan now at the plate. Murakami seemed to have taken a shot to the head, I think, on the follow-through from Cringdon's double. But he got checked out, and he's okay. Morgan lays off the high cheese there, as Goodstad is certainly dialing it up now. 2 outs and a 2-0 count to Mac Morgan. Morgan with a nice shot, high fly ball sailing into left center field, but not deep enough, as Sam Falk is able to corral that one for the final out of the inning. So Mamaroneck scores 2 more, extends its lead to 6, and will step away once again here on LMC Media.
Need technical support for your next meeting or presentation? LMC Media offers full-service meeting management virtually, in real life, or a hybrid of both. Our staff can run your meeting or webinar, set up for in-person audiences to interact, or provide a professional space for you to stream. Contact us for more information at info@lmcmedia.org.
Do you need space for a meeting, conference, or presentation?
LMC Media has what you need.
Our 768 square foot studio space is ideal for many types of productions, readings, recitals, rehearsals, and workshops. The space has video recording capability, as well as daylight temperature lighting, green screen, and stage. 2 additional rooms at 208 and 156 square feet can be used for any of your needs. Auditions, meetings, classes, workshops, one-on-one instructions, and more. Both rooms feature video monitors with Chromecasting capability, making presentations a breeze.
To reserve one or more of our spaces, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org. LMC Media's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by M&T Bank. We understand what's important.
Stephen Astis and Peter Vera back with you on LMC Media for the last 2 innings here. Mamaroneck leads Horace Greeley 10-4. We're in the top of the 6th now. We have a new batter for Horace Greeley. Senior Evan Berg now steps to the plate for his first at bat of the game. Fouls that one off into the third base dugout. 0-1. Ben Kerwin remains in the game on the pitcher's mound. He had 1 strikeout in 2/3 of an inning. The book on Ben Gerwich, 4 1/3 innings. He only gave up 1 earned run on 5 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts, as Berg grounds out to the second baseman, Jaeger. 4-3 to Bransfield in the book. And Kerwin now has 1 out in the top of the 6th. Jack Pluta, the shortstop, remains in the game as the leadoff hitter. So we are back to the top of the batting order for the Quakers. Curveball drops in for strike 1. Good looking pitch from the junior. Catches the bottom of the zone there for strike 2, 0-2. goes up to get that one. It's a soft liner. Drops in once again. Another seeing eye hit for Horace Greeley. They just have not really, aside from that one shot that you referenced a few times, Peter, they haven't really been able to square anything up.
That's right, Dave. But it's, just finding the holes can also like really help out a lot for a baseball team.
Luckily for Mamaroneck, they've been able to snuff out most of the threats. They did have that 3-run inning on defense in the last inning, which accounts for the 10-4 score, as Kerwin delivers a strike to Monaco on that one, 0-1. But yes, Peter, it has been all of these seeing eye hits and just finding the places where the fielders are not that Horace Greeley has benefited from, as Monaco fouls that off, 0-2.
And now is the time you want all these little singles as well again.
You need base runners, absolutely. Line drive into left field. Oh, unable to come up with it is Perez, and the ball caroms into foul territory. The runners advance one more base, and that will be ruled as a double for Monaco on the diving attempt from the junior outfielder Perez. Murakami, as we mentioned, remained in the game after taking a shot. And there is another seeing eye. Oh, Jager almost comes up with it. Morgan unable to glove it. Pavemba throws it in to Bransfield. And another seeing eye hit, this time for Jacob Murakami, results in an RBI single.
Seems to be all right after that incident in the last part of the half of the bottom of the 5th.
See, in the old days, I would say that they told him to just aim for the ball in the middle. But if he was seeing double or triple, as the case may be, of course, in today's day and age, they definitely would have pulled him out for concussion protocol. And so maybe that seems like an off-color joke to people today. I'll just leave it alone now. Another pitch in the dirt from Kerwin after he faked the pickoff attempt to first base and Murakami. Runners on first and third with one out. Score is now 10-5. Mamaroneck still safely in command, but things can get away from them quickly if they're not careful here in the 6th. Two more turns at the plate here in the 6th and 7th innings for Horace Greeley to try and close this gap. Currently stands at a 5-run deficit as Kerwin threw another ball high and outside. It's 1-0. Ball 2, 2-0. Pitch drops in beautifully for strike one. Kerwin has been impressive with his off-speed pitches all season long, and you can see it on display here as he fooled the batter. Sam Falk gets Falk to swing through that one. It's now 2-2. That pitch stays up. Count is now full. And that is low and away, so the bases are now loaded with one away. And the number 5 hitter, Caleb Reynolds, stepping to the plate. Pitch high, 1-0. Kerwin now struggling a little bit with his command. Pitch in for a strike, catches the top of the zone there. Reynolds did not seem to like the call, but too bad for him. Again, he does not get to decide. Infield as the corners are in. Oh, and he leans into that one and takes it off the elbow. Didn't really do much to get out of the way of it. As you can see, Jake Bransfield is motioning, and now Schiaparelli is out of the dugout asking for an explanation. That was a quick conversation, one of the quicker ones that Schiaparelli ever has with an umpire. He sure did not look to try and get away from that.
It looks like these guys want all the walks they can get in this inning.
Well, like you pointed out, Peter, they need base runners.
Yeah.
There's a strike for Kerwin. Strike 2 to Goodstat as he swings over the top of that one. Low in the dirt, backhanded nicely by Cringdon. Good job from Cringdon to block that pitch that went about 55 feet. Keeps the runners at bay. Now 1-2. With one away and the bases loaded. Casper in at third, Bransfield in at first. Fly ball to center field. Pavemba settles under it. The runners tag. Good throw from Pavemba, but the runners both advancing before Bransfield can do anything with it. So sac fly RBI from Goodstat. And with 2 outs, Horace Greeley has now plated 3 in the inning, and the score is now 10-7. The batter is now Alex Brown. And the lefty with a shot in his first at bat. Kerwin drops a strike in for strike 1. Kerwin looks like he's going to third on that one. Checks the runner. And the pitch is a ground ball fielded by Reyes. A beautiful play and a nice scoop from Bransfield to put an end to the threat. So 6-3 putout ends the inning, and Mamaroneck heads to the dugout with a 3-run lead for the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be back in just a moment on LMC Media.
Everywhere you looked, you saw pain and loss.
The situation was dire, and I think we all needed to see some light in the darkness.
If you turned on the TV at night, all you saw were stories of loss and fear.
But on a local level, there was hope. And those were the stories that we wanted to focus on.
LMC stepped in and served as a communication bridge, not only to disseminate important information, but also to uplift our community.
LMC was able to showcase so many heroic acts taking place locally, stories that without hyperlocal media wouldn't have reached a viewing audience.
Welcome to LMC Media and our community conversations.
Our community conversations pieces were one way to let everyone know that despite all of the terrible tragedies taking place, there were amazing things happening in our community.
People look to those stories for hope and connection. I think that's what's so important. The fact that LMC has kept us all connected.
LMC taught us how to come together digitally. They helped us with every Zoom meeting from the start till now and kept us being able to connect with you.
I just want to thank LMC Media for being there for us throughout this emergency and for helping us look out for one another. You're a vital part of this community, and we could not function and govern and take care of our residents without your vital input.
We're back at Mamaroneck High School's Manchester Field for the bottom of the 6th inning. At the plate now is the junior Jake Bransfield. Flashed the glove for the 3rd out on that nice scoop from the throw from Reyes. I happen to see one of the standout seniors, Alex Boswell, as Bransfield offered at that one, strike one, 1-1. Saw Boswell come running onto the track there. You can see, oh, that might actually be Simon Worth. You know, all of that blonde hair, it's hard to tell them apart. Yes, that is Simon Worth making his way into the dugout now to join his teammates. Bransfield watches that one in the dirt. Count even at 2-2. So Simon must have raced through his AP macroeconomics exam and wanted to come check out the end of this game. Nice shot from Bransfield. Oh, beautiful backhand play from Pluta. Gets Bransfield at first. So one away as Casper steps to the plate now. Casper is 3 for 3 on the day with 1 RBI. Pops one up right to me. Oh, and it almost hits. It does hit the camera. Great job from our cameraman, Steven Saputo, to get the camera out of the way. Saputo, sorry. To get the camera out of the way. Otherwise, we might be down to 1 camera for this broadcast. Oh, Casper swings through that one. Count is now 1-2.
There is no netting in this stadium.
No, definitely not. Another thing that's going to take some time to make its way down to the amateur ranks is installing netting around the entire field, as they've done in all the major league ballparks. Casper watches the ball on the outside just off the plate. It's now 2-2. Oh, check swing bunt. And he is safe at first with an infield single. Flashes of the first at bat of the season for the Cleveland Indians in the famous
Major League
movie Major League, where Wesley Snipes, Willie Hayes Mays, tries to check his swing and he ends up legging out a single. Can't repeat the next line of the movie, of course.
Hall of Fame is only 90 feet away.
Oh, good shot there from Reyes, but caught by the center fielder. Frustrating for Reyes, as he really put a nice shot on that ball, but found the glove of Sam Falk. So that'll bring up the DH, David Langone, who has a couple nice hits of his own today. Casper now going, and there's no one even there to try and tag him out. The second baseman, Reynolds, raced over at the last second. And the ball was there, but it wouldn't have had Casper anyway. So another stolen base for Joey Casper.
It was good to see Murakami looking okay.
Spry behind the plate, yes, with a nice throw.
Yeah.
See if the seniors trickling in. Shot from Langone coming right for our camera again. This time drops just short of the camera well, or the camera balcony. So Langone will try and straighten this one out and send it for a ride with a runner in scoring position and two outs. Ball in the dirt. 3-1. George Pavemba on deck for Mamaroneck. Pitcher throws back to try and pick off Casper. Ends up nailing him right in the shoulder blades. A shot from Langone, but it finds the glove of the right fielder, and that will end the inning. So, 4 batters, 1 hit from Casper. No runs on the board. So, heading to the top of the 7th and possibly the final 3 outs of the game. Mamaroneck leads 10-7. We'll be back in just a moment on LMC Media.
Larchmont Mamaroneck, this is your media center. Live mobile production van. In-studio recording. Podcasting. Social media. In your schools. Watching your government. With your neighbors. LMC Media, building community through media. The LMC Media production van is a fully equipped mobile production unit. This custom-built van has cutting-edge professional video and telecommunications technology, high-definition cameras, and accommodates a full production crew. Interviews and events can be easily live-streamed from remote locations to the LMC cable channels and social media. This mobile unit allows for broadcasting from anywhere in our tri-municipal community and beyond. Sporting events, graduations, concerts, festivals, parades, and more. The LMC Media production van is ready to go whenever you need it.
Thank you for watching LMC Varsity Sports. We hope to continue this service of streaming our school's varsity sports matches, but we can only do this with your support. Visit lmcmedia.org/donate and make your contribution today and keep this program going.
Peter Vera and Stephen Astis back with you for the top of the 7th inning. We have 1 change for Mamaroneck. The junior pitcher Nick Morondo comes on to close for the Tigers. Langone is also warming up if Morondo runs into any trouble. The first pitch to Alex Goldstein is inside for ball 1. Second pitch low and away, 2-0. Low and away again, 3-0 the count on the first batter here in the top of the 7th. And there is strike 1 as we see the captain, Ryan McIntyre, coming in dressed in uniform just in case Schiaparelli needs to turn to him. Oh, a shot, line drive into left center field. Drops in for a leadoff single for Alex Goldstein. And the junior outfielder has his first hit. So one runner on as pinch hitter Matthew Krakauer, junior infielder for the Quakers, steps to the plate. So as I was saying, Peter, it's no surprise at all that Ryan McIntyre comes in uniform just in case he wants to get some action. The kid's a gamer. He is always ready to play. My favorite story about Ryan McIntyre is that when he was young, his mother, Claire, is a marathon runner as the pitch is fouled into the third base dugout. Claire McIntyre is a marathon runner, and Ryan, when he was just a little kid, lives in the Murray Avenue Elementary School district on Murray Avenue, which has a big square block circumference, if you will, for the elementary school. As Morondo looks to deal, and Krakauer fouls that one straight back for strike two. So Ryan McIntyre, all 7 years old of him, laces up his sneakers every morning and runs the circumference of Murray Avenue around Damon Terrace and back a couple times as Krakauer sees ball one. So even back then, when he wasn't even a competitive athlete, he was already had learned about the discipline and regimen required, as that pitch looked to be good but just off the plate. Now 2-2. It's that type of mentality that makes you the stellar athlete that Ryan McIntyre is, as a baseball star and a basketball standout. I'm sure he could add distance runner to that resume if he chose to.
It looks like it's in his genes then if his mother's a marathon runner.
His father also an athlete in his own right, but also an accomplished musician. As Krakauer fouls that one back, getting a nice quality at bat and some cheers from his teammates in the visiting dugout as they look to try and find a way to tie this score up. Morondo with the delivery, and the pitch stays high for ball two. Shot into the outfield. Perez settles under it. Easy play for the junior. And there's now one away. And we're back at the top of the order, Peter. So Horace Greeley has the batters that they want in this situation.
Yeah, a lot of these guys over here, Pluta, Monaco, and Murakami, all have those beautiful singles that just happen to fall in the right places.
Murakami with two of them. So if they can replicate that here in the top of the seventh, they could be in business. And now you see Ryan McIntyre is in the bullpen. And sure enough, he will come in and close out this game. Schiaparelli wants to take no chances, wants to lock this down. He spotted his captain in the dugout in uniform and said, "Hey, kid, you want to pitch? Go into the bullpen." "Oh, you threw one pitch? Okay, why don't you get out there?" "Great, you're ready." Oh, and sure enough, it looks like, no, they were going to bring McIntyre in at shortstop. And they're going to put Reyes in left field and bring Perez onto the bench. So I speculated a little too prematurely there. I thought they were bringing McIntyre in to actually pitch, but instead they'll just put him at his normal shortstop spot.
A little bit of a defensive move, as we could say then.
So Morondo stays in at pitcher as McIntyre steps in at shortstop with Pluta at the plate. Pluta is 1 for 3 with 1 run scored, as that is ball one. Ball two in the dirt, and it's now occurring to me, Peter, I think the reason that Ryan was on the pitcher's mound momentarily was just to warm his arm up to come into the game, because he can't exactly be throwing long toss in foul territory. Oh, and a nice shot. Drops in front of Reyes. Reyes almost overruns it, but he's able to track that down. He misses the cutoff, but no matter, Casper's there to scoop it up and keep the runner at second. But now the tying run is at the plate for Monaco. So now they're going to have Morgan and Reyes switch places to get some defensive positioning, putting Reyes in the pull hitting field of right field now with the lefty at the plate. And now, assuming that Morgan will get the opposite field hit, they have him now playing shallow in left field. Good pitch from Morondo.
What a day would it be for a call-up right here.
This really would be quite a memory for him if he were able to get something going against this pitcher. Drops the strike in. Beautiful breaking ball, off-speed pitch from Morondo. Has Monaco down 0-2. Ball one inside and low. 1-2 to the center fielder, or left fielder actually is where he's been playing. Big lead off second as Monaco fouls that one onto the roof, and it now drops down to the bleachers. Fouled that one off, and he stays alive at 1-2. There's one away with Alex Goldstein at second. And Jack Pluta at first. Morondo gets the sign, and the pitch inside and low. Great backhand by Cringdon to keep that ball in front of him.
Been having a lot of good plays at catcher today. A lot of the balls going in the ground.
When Cringdon was a sophomore playing catcher on varsity, that was his one weakness, was he didn't always block the pitches. And we had a low, and he throws to second. Oh, and McIntyre looks like he had him, but no, the ump calls him safe. I thought maybe he had him on the back of his arm as he went back into the bag. Of course, they don't really water the field here, so it's hard to differentiate the bag from the dirt. Can't really tell when he had his foot on the bag there. Morondo with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Gets Monaco for the second out, and it now comes down to Jacob Murakami. Murakami is 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI and a walk and 2 runs scored. But Peter, as you had pointed out, no one aside from
Brown
had really gotten any big hits or long, strong hits for Horace Greeley, which is really what they need here. Of course, a seeing eye single can also work. So now Murakami, the lefty, is up, but a stronger lefty than Monaco. So Schiaparelli switches Morgan and Reyes back to their right and left field positions respectively. Murakami thinks about offering at that one, but it was in the dirt and it skips away from Cringdon. So the runners advance on the wild pitch, and it's now second and third with 2 outs. Of course, those runners don't exactly matter, Peter, because even if both of them score, it's still only 10-9. And with 2 outs, they just need to focus on getting the batter out.
That's right. And it's just, 1 out away for the Tigers of winning this game. But also, they do have the tying run at the plate. So we only don't know what happens in the next couple of pitches.
And so now it appears, let's see what switches are being made. Schiaparelli pulls Morondo, and McIntyre does step to the rubber and get the ball, so he will come in to close. Charlie Suchman now heads to the outfield, and he will replace Andrew Reyes. Or no, correction, Reyes now trading in his glove. He will stay in the game and go back to shortstop. Suchman essentially coming in for Morondo, as Reyes and McIntyre are both already in. So you're getting your first look as an LMC Media viewer of the 4-time varsity starter and Amherst commit Ryan McIntyre. McIntyre also had a spectacular season for the Mamaroneck Tigers basketball program, leading the team in assists and serving as captain for them as well. McIntyre is warming up with Cringdon. That battery tandem is something they are very familiar with, as they've been teammates for about 10 years now. McIntyre will look to bring the heat against Murakami. See if he can't overpower him here as he comes in with a 1-0 count and 2 away. Runners on, second and third. Gets the sign and the pitch. Low pitch gets by Cringdon. The runner does not try to advance, as the catcher was able to hop on that ball rather quickly. Coaches move Suchman a little deeper in left field. And now the pitch. Low ball 3-0. And that could bring the leading run to the plate if he puts Murakami on. The pitch. Low ball 4. So 3 straight balls from McIntyre as he gets into the swing of things. And the cleanup hitter, Sam Falk, now steps to the plate. Falk is 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout and 1 run scored. So righty versus righty. And the ball's in the dirt, ball 1. Two away here in the top of the 7th with the bases loaded, and the tying run on first base as McIntyre hits his first strike of the afternoon after 4 straight balls. Low and outside. Another pitch in the dirt. Snagged by Cringdon. Strike 2, just caught the bottom of the zone. And possibly the outside corner.
Yeah, and it looks like he didn't like that call either.
So here we are, 2-2, 2 away. Bases loaded, top of the 7th. 10-7 Tigers. Ball fisted down the right field line, drops just foul Oh, that was just what Horace Greeley needed with 2 away and the runners on the move. That could have possibly tied things up if it had dropped in.
Just a matter of inches right there.
Yeah, definitely. It looked like less than a foot, certainly. Right, so it's not that Murakami is slow at first base, but you might want to think about a pinch runner. As now there is Chris DeVito, the best athlete on the team, now comes in and takes over in right field for Mac Morgan. DeVito checks in for Suchman as Morgan stays in the game, and DeVito takes right field. Schiaparelli wasting no time getting his best player, his best athlete in the field to play defense in this pivotal situation. And a swing and a miss, and that will do it. McIntyre gets him chasing, and the end of the game is here. Mamaroneck victorious over Horace Greeley, 10-7. What a special performance from this Mamaroneck roster, and you gotta hand it to Horace Greeley, Peter. They really fought hard.
They did. All those singles, those blooping singles that just found those holes, like kept them in this game.
So for our cameramen, Sean Riley and Steven Saputo, and for my broadcast partner, Peter Vera, also acknowledging our sports producer, Rob Moretti, and our executive director of LMC Media, Matt Sullivan, I want to thank you all for watching. This has been Stephen Astis, bringing you Mamaroneck Tigers baseball action here from Mamaroneck High School. We'll see you again soon on LMC Media.